Hey everyone, today I'm going to discuss about another video log that is and another attack that is SQL injection attack, very famous attack in nowadays present day-to-day life also. Coming to SQL injection attacks, understanding and mitigating database exploits. The picture itself shows how dangerous it is and how it exploits our database and important information and financial information also. I will show you first. I will show you the theory part and I will demonstrate you on particular website. So first introduction, what is meant by SQL injection? It is a one type of attack where malicious SQL statements are injected into an input field to manipulate or exploit a database and exploits vulnerabilities in applications that fails to properly sanitize user input. So first, we are using different database and RDBMS and different types of SQL related apps to update the data, to fetch the data, to trigger the data in our projects. So attackers also use a malicious code to inject in our databases and to gather information. They do SQL injection attack. So how SQL injection works? So these are the basic steps. The attacker identifies an input field vulnerable to SQL injection, injects a malicious SQL code via user input. The database executes the malicious query. As I said, the attacker first he will find an vulnerability in our system. If the database, if the any tool is have vulnerability, it is easy to exploit or it is easy to attack that particular database. So attacker also he finds one vulnerability first and he injects a malicious code, SQL code as a user input. If any input he gives, automatically the data is going to be fetch the data for anyone. So attacker also use different malicious code. So however the data he also executes on malicious query, it gives the sensitive information and sensitive data, financial information, everything to the attackers. This is how SQL injection works. So what are the types of SQL injections we have? Let us go into it. We have different types of SQL injections. Those are in-band SQL injection, union-based SQL injection, and blind SQL injection. So in-band SQL injection is error-based, exploits error messages for database information, and union-based combines malicious queries with legitimate ones using union. And blind SQL injection is boolean based, observes application behavior based on true or false conditions, and time based is exploits a response delays to infer the data. What is the impact we have due to this attack? So first we will lose the data. Data theft exposes a sensitive data such as usernames, passwords, and financial information. And data manipulation modifies or deletes critical database records. And system compromise exploits backend servers to gain unauthorized access. And reputation damage leads to the loss of customer trust and legal consequences. Once the data has been lost, once the attack has been happen to any system or database, it will automatically lose our customer trust and legal consequences also will be happen. These are the potential impact we are going to face if with any SQL injection attacks happens. So there are real life examples who already faced this attack. In 2019, British Airways they faced this attack of data breach involving SQL injection, exposing personal information of 4 lakhs customers. And at the same year, in that 2008 also, we have faced this attack. Hotline payment systems faced the SQL injection attack that compromised 130 million credit card numbers. See how dangerous it is. So what are the techniques of SQL injection? So there are advanced techniques exploiting subqueries, stored procedures, or commands, malicious. What are the what commands? Malicious input. So by passing authentication and semicolon or one is equal to one dash dash dash. These are the advanced techniques. And also accessing other tables, union select username, password from admin. These are the techniques for the SQL injection. So how to detect SQL injection? We have several tools to detect this SQL injection, uh, OWASP, ZAP, SQL map. And the methods are look for unusual application behavior, monitor database logs for suspicious queries. And what are the mitigation strategies? How to manage this attack? So input validation reject unexpected characters like a semicolon. We need to we need to keep our systems up to date, and we need to keep our database up to date. And parameterized queries also used prepared statements to separate SQL logic for from user input. Cursor dot execute select a store from users where ID is equal to percentages. These are user ID. These are the mitigation strategies. So how to prevent this attack? SQL injection attack. So implement the principle of least privileges for database users. So for any our users, there should be a least privilege for the database users, and always sanitize and validate user inputs on use web application firewalls for added protection. So for any web application which we are using currently in our projects or day-to-day life, we need to use a web application firewalls also, and our systems and frameworks are also needs to be up to date, and to keep our keep it, we should be keep latest versions, and we need to keep up to date so that we can mitigate this attack. So conclusion, coming to conclusion, SQL injection is one of the most dangerous and common vulnerability in understanding of applying preventive measures is critical. Securing coding practices and regular audits are key to minimizing risks. So up to here, the theory part is done. Now let me demonstrate in by using SQL map. Okay, let me go to SQL map here. Let me log into the Quali Linux.